Cecily here with another Transgirl C where we talk about comics, cartoons, and other awesome nerd shit. So, in our midweek video, I said that we'd be talking about Miss America Chavez today. That's exactly what we're going to do. And in fact, from now on, that's kind of how it's always going to be. The midweek video will tell you what's coming in the main video for the week. I also apologize for this being a day late. I got super busy here at work, and it wasn't really any time to make a video, but we're here now, and there you go. But before we get into the main subject of our video, because I'm super excited to talk about America Chavez, she's one of my favorites, we're going to turn to the things you might have missed segment. Now, this is, of course, something that you totally might have missed that was super neat and cool, that I liked, that I think you could have liked, and I've actually chosen something that's real obscure, I think. It's got 2 volumes only. I don't think they're making any more. The story kind of got cut. It's super cute. It's great. I think a lot of you will like it. It's called My Girlfriend is a T-Rex from Santo. It's produced by 7 Seas Entertainment. It's a really cute manga about a guy who meets the dinosaur woman of his dreams. The world has this. So, they started resurrecting dinosaurs, but not into giant killer beasts, but cute women, and so a lot of guys try to find the dinos of their dreams, and this guy finds a T-Rex, and she's a little vicious, and she's brutal, but he really likes her. There's a great bit on here where he gives her a teddy bear, and she ends up chewing off the head, because that's just her style. It's really, as you can see, kind of neat art. It's very cute. The guy constantly is getting sort of abused, and it's silly, kind of slice-of-life stuff. So, I think you should check that out. That's, once again, My Girlfriend is a T-Rex from 7 Seas Entertainment. It's really cute. 2 volumes. Easy to find. I think you'll like it. So, moving on from that, we go to our topic of the week, which, as I mentioned before, is Miss America Chavez, in her own title, America. But before we get kind of into America itself, the book, let's talk about Miss America, America Chavez. Now, America Chavez first appeared in Vengeance #1 back in 2011 as part of the Teen Brigade. Now, the best way to put this is she was not anybody's favorite character at that point. She was kind of a... she wasn't great. She was not a nice character. She wasn't fun. She, was kind of bitchy. I hate to use that word, but that's kind of who she was. And it just wasn't appealing to anybody. But she got a little rework done. She left the Teen Brigade. Even though she dated the co-leader, whose name I can't remember, she came out as lesbian after dating him. I guess, it was a trial run, and it didn't stick. Miss America Chavez, I just like calling her that, Mac for short, if you will, coined by Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel. Anyway, America Chavez is not from the main universe 616. She's from the Utopian Parallel, which is a world that exists out of time and space from the entire multiverse, created by the Dimethurge, which of course is who Pagan eventually becomes. So it's kind of, time stuff. Time stuff. She had 2 moms those were her natural parents. It's very confusing. It's not really explained how 2 moms were able to make a singular child. But you know what? I don't care. I love it. I think it's great. Different universes, different parallels are going to have different rules, etc., whatever. Her parents were Amelia and Elena Chavez. They bravely sacrificed their own lives in order to save the Utopian Parallel from being pulled into the main multiverse, where it could be accessed by other people. After their death, America wanted to prove her worth as a superhero, but knowing that the Utopian Parallel didn't need anybody to save it, she kind of broke free, and now she can never return. She can never return there. Because it exists out of time and space from the entire multiverse, and now she's a part of that system. So she is separate from the parallel utopia. So, after Team Brigade, she joined the Young Avengers. Well, she got drafted into the Young Avengers by Kid Loki, who was just Loki being his kid self, kind of guilty over the fact that he actually killed his kid self. He gets America to protect Pagan by saying that she should kill Pagan, and of course he's Loki, she's not going to trust anything he says, and so she goes against his wishes. And it's a whole big thing, it's a whole big story, I love it. In the end, love saves the day. I'm not going to go into any big descriptions about that, but check it out, that was from Young Avengers. It's a really interesting story. And from there she did a lot of other things. She took a part in Civil War II, she led the Ultimates. She led the Ultimates twice. I mean, she's done a lot. And now she has her own title, America. Now this is just a standalone story about her. It's not about her on any teams. It's not about her helping. Well, I mean, she does help plenty of people. But it's not about her and other people, more or less. It's about her and her journey as she tries to grow into the hero that she's supposed to become. As not that she's not an already amazing hero, like she's really awesome, really cool, but she wants to be more than that. She's sort of looking for a sense of self, and she's done so by going to Stoudemire University, which is a university in a parallel dimension that you need, special entrance to get into. One moment on that. Anyway, it's getting hot. Anyway. So, America Chavez enrolls in this school, and already, she has problems within the first day. There's a group of students that come on the campus. It turns out they're cyborgs. She has to fight them off. Her girlfriend breaks up with her. Turns out that her girlfriend gets kidnapped by people trying to, make her do better. She travels throughout time, punches Hitler in the face, probably in a different universe than the 616 universe, but that's not the point. She has this interesting journey throughout her story, and it's fun. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun just seeing America be America and do, what she knows she can do. So, let's talk about her power set a little bit, because I just mentioned that she's jumping through time, because America Chavez can create what is called star portals, and that's how she bounces around the multiverse. It's how she escaped the parallel utopia if she opened a portal to another plane of existence and just busted on through. She actually punches or kicks them. It's great. It's like she's punching reality to make a hole to another area in there. Not only can she use these portals to travel across the multiverse, she can use it to travel within the reality that she's currently in, which is pretty fun and neat. She has flight. She has super strength. She's near indurable, and she's near indestructible. Quoting from Loki himself, she could toss tanks to the moon. She's great. She's also really fast, and she has a bunch of neat powers that she's discovering in her own comic called America. In America, her mothers are dead. She has no way back to the parallel utopia, and she thinks she's kind of alone in the world because she came from a different place outside of time and space. So, rhyming. And so there's nobody she can really turn to look towards her ancestors. And a lot of the comic's theme from other characters is that you need to look back at where you come from to know where you're going. And America has this problem, is that she doesn't have family. She's alone. It kind of goes into her history as a child outside the utopian parallel, where she just kind of mixed in with other families. And it's a really neat statement on Hispanic Latino culture, in that, if there's a kid who needs help, they can kind of integrate into a family if the family's able to do it. She says that her first memories of being outside the utopian parallel is coming across a birthday party, and she just mingles in with the other kids, and they're serving her up plates of food. And I think that's really great. And that's if you couldn't tell from the name, America Chavez does, even though she's from the utopian parallel, does identify as a Latina superhero. She is bilingual in English and Spanish, and she takes no crap from anybody. I love her. I love her so much. She's so strong. She's great. So, right, story. The story is about finding your roots and growing from those roots into something else. And so, one of the things that gets asked of the students of Sotomayor University is, how can you make yourself more extraordinary? You're already extraordinary for attending this university, but how can you be more than you thought you could be? And that's where the time travel comes in, that she learns how to use her star portals to not only travel across the multiverse and across spaces in space, she can use it to punch into time and hop around. She gets training not only from Peggy Carter, but Storm back in the 80s, which is great. I don't know how it came about. I don't know. I don't want to know. I didn't know that I needed Storm and America Chavez training until they gave it to me, and then it was perfect. It was like I needed nothing else in the world. I don't know why Storm's safe word is thunderclap. It comes up in the comic. I think it's really funny when it does, but it is. And hopefully one day, just out of the blue, we'll get to know why it's thunderclap and how that came to be. I don't think we will, so, leave that up to speculations for yourself. Through her travel, she comes back into contact with an ex-lover, probably the first girl she admits that she had a thing for. Like, this girl kissed her, and then America left because she didn't know how to process those feelings, and that girl's in trouble, and as, they're getting into trouble, America's trying to figure out how to save this girl, how to save her father without killing this girl, because it's a whole thing with Arcade, and why hasn't anybody killed Arcade yet? It's like the real question when we get down to it. Somebody evil should have offed Arcade a long time ago. We could have a whole video about how much I dislike Arcade, but we won't. Train of thought. Anyway, as we're trying to figure things out, like a awesome, badass luchador grandma pops out of a star portal and saves the day. It turns out that she's America's grandmother from not the parallel utopia. I mean, that's where her and her people migrated to after their own reality was being attacked by a cosmic force of some kind. I think it also kind of explains why two women of that particular world can have a child, because the reality that they're from was created by two goddesses who loved each other. So I think that's why, but I don't want to say that that's the for certain reason. They don't say, yeah, that's the reason why. Anyway, she turns out to be America's grandmother. There's all these questions, and currently America's angry at her for kind of abandoning her and not being there when she needed her. But she's still trying to get over that. Meanwhile, Sotomayor University is being taken over by the Exterminatrix, who is just a terrible character anyway. I don't much care for her. Another character we could talk about endlessly, and there's just so much stuff going on. It's such a good comic. I mean, I did spoil some pretty intricate plot points and things, but if you currently have ever been watching the show, you know that I tend to do that. So I make all the apologies and none of the apologies. So I'll put in the description that there's spoilers. Maybe even not in the title though. Anyway, and that's America Chavez in a nutshell. She's an awesome, badass, lesbian Latina who kicks ass, and she takes no names. And she's best friends with Kate Bishop. That's it's the trifecta. I love Kate Bishop. I like powerful female superheroes. That's my thing. I love them. And so America just hits it on all notes every time. She's a very close second to Laura. As you know, I love Laura. And yeah, so that's America Chavez. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you pick up her book, America. Read it online. Do what you can. It's only at issue number 9 right now. And number 10's coming out either this month or next month. Just pick it up. Read it. Love it. Alright. And that's all. We're done. So, I'll see you again in the next video, which is, midweek. I don't know what we're going to be talking about yet. We're still figuring out those midweek videos, but we will get into a steady rhythm of discussions for them. But until next time, I'm Fire Princess Lily, and until the next video, love comics, love cartoons, and I'll see you then. Bye.